If you've been keeping up with House of David, you already know this show has been delivering some seriously gripping biblical drama. It follows the fall of Israelite King Saul and the rise of David, the shepherd boy chosen by God. Season 1 gave us his entry into the house of Saul and that iconic showdown with Goliath. Season 2 picked up from there, showing us how that victory cemented David's place in the kingdom, and how the truth about who he really is started tearing everything apart. By the end of Season 2, the lines between friend and enemy are sharper than ever, and Saul's moral compass is spinning out of control. So naturally, everyone wants to know, what happens in Season 3? Release date. Let's start with the big question. When is Season 3 coming? Here's the honest answer. The show has not been officially renewed yet. As of now, its future is still uncertain. That said, if a renewal does happen, late 2026 to early 2027 seems like the most realistic window for a potential Season 3 premiere. So fingers crossed, but nothing is confirmed yet. What could Season 3 cover? Now here's where it gets exciting. Because House of David is based on biblical scripture, specifically the book of Samuel, there's actually a very clear roadmap for where the story goes next. After the cave of Adullam, David and his loyal followers are expected to make a journey to Moab, where they'll seek a temporary alliance with its king. That alone opens up a whole new chapter in David's story. And on top of that, David could cross paths again with King Achish of Gath, and you can bet the Philistine ruler will try to take full advantage of Saul's growing feud against David. Meanwhile, David's relationship with Michal, which only just blossomed into a brief but happy marriage, is set to get a lot more complicated. The blueprint is already laid out in the source material, and there's genuinely a lot of ground left to cover before David inherits the tribe of Judah. Cast who's returning? Let's talk cast because this ensemble has been one of the strongest parts of the show. Michael Iskander, who plays David, is expected to return, along with Ali Suleiman as the central villain, King Saul. Key supporting cast members are also anticipated back. That includes Indy Lewis as Michael, Ethan Kai as Jonathan, Yali Topol Margalith as Marib, Davud Gadami as Eliab, and Ori Albi as Joab. Characters closely tied to the ongoing story are also likely to return. Inbar Saban as Kazia, Sam Otto as Eshbal, Alexander Ulum as King Achish, Ashraf Barham as Dog, and Oded Fair as Abner. And even some of the smaller but impactful characters could show up again. Louis Ferreira as Jess, Nabi Dakli as Abinadab, Eyal Bukabza as Uriah, and Race Daniel as Oaz. Now, there are two names where it's genuinely unclear. Stephen Lang as Samuel, and Ayelet Zurer as Queen Ahinoam. Given what happened to both of those characters, whether they appear in Season 3 is very much up in the air. Saul's story, The Fall from Grace. One of the most compelling threads this show has going is Saul's downward spiral, and Season 3 is expected to go even deeper into that. In Season 2, we see Saul ordering the killing of all the priests at Nob, a sacred site, the spiritual heart of his own people. And when Abner, one of his most loyal soldiers, refuses to carry out the fight, it's Doeg and his mercenaries who step in instead. That moment right there tells you everything about how far Saul has fallen. Then in that brutal final confrontation with Samuel, Saul is forced to face the truth. The curse has taken over his life, and he's given himself over to the dark forces. Season 3 will likely lean hard into these themes, using Saul's moral collapse to make David's character shine even brighter by contrast. And with where these two men's stories are ultimately headed, expect the dynamics between them to get even more intense. So there you have it, everything we know about House of David Season 3. No official renewal yet, but if the show gets the green light, we could be looking at a late 2026 or early 2027 release. There's so much story left to tell, and honestly, this show deserves to see it through. If you're watching House of David, drop a comment below. What are you most hoping to see in Season 3? And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any updates.